What's cooking, Man United fans, and welcome back to the channel as we surf the wave created by Manchester United's latest splash in the transfer market with Carlos Baleba now almost on his way to Old Trafford. And who better to break down all the things that are happening across the Manchester United universe? And Mark Goldbridge, that's right, we are going to take a look at what went down earlier today as Marky G lets everyone know what he thinks about the Glaziers and the Carlos Baleba transfer. I think he might even talk about Marcus Rashford. Let's get straight into it.
I suppose a lot. I've been out and about today a lot, actually. I've been to watch a couple of matches myself.
He's probably been out hanging around with Wayne Rooney, which is his new thing to do. Don't forget, I do have to stop this video every so often because Mark Goldbridge will actually write you a letter. Well, he actually writes a letter to YouTube. Anyway,
I've been taking the kids out to do some stuff. So I've been out in public a lot. I've seen a lot of people. Obviously, a lot of people have asked me my thoughts on it after the show I did with you this morning. Look, fundamentally, I think I can't be arsed with "I told you so" people who, basically, for the last few weeks.
What's he talking about? I thought you were talking about Carlos Baleba.
Have been ridiculed for their pro-Glazer, propaganda.
Pro-Glazer? Oh God, I don't like the sound of this. Pro-Glazer. It sounds like a dodgy video, doesn't it? Pro-Glazer.
And they come out today going, "Oh, look, everybody now, he was moaning. They were wrong. They were wrong." Well, we weren't wrong, were we? We weren't wrong to be concerned that the manager wasn't being backed.
Now, I think the way that I believe he's angled this story, that he's saying that everyone is now back on board with the Glazers. Don't forget, the Glazers bought Manchester United for 450 million. They now owe 1.3 billion pounds on the club. So Manchester United owe 1.3 billion pounds for being successful. Unfortunately, that is what's happened. The good news is the club is worth 7 billion. So
we weren't wrong with only 2 weeks left to start moaning about a manager that deserves to be backed.
We can definitely buy any player anytime with any amount of money. Just so you know, Manchester United have unlimited money. We've spoken about this before, and that is that they can borrow up to probably £1 billion in one go. I don't think they're going to do that. Let me know in the comments if I'm right, but they could certainly make a splash on any, but they don't, due to FFP or PSR, or what's it called? It's called squad ratio coherence, or I don't know what it's called
now. Not being backed. And as of tonight, he still only has 2 signings. So we still do need to get Baleba over the line. We still do need a left back, and some people think we need a striker. So the cheerleaders for the...
This is correct, actually.
The Glinios crew can do one. We are maybe the people who moaned made them do the Baleba deal.
Yeah, see, the problem is we are incredibly wealthy as a club. We are the biggest football club in the world, so we can have any salary. Essentially, we do not, because the Glazers are essentially tight.
Maybe if we all stayed quiet like you Glazerites, maybe nothing would have happened. Maybe it's the people who've moaned that have made United do something, because you could look at the Baleba deal and say, why didn't we do it a month ago? But regardless of that, for me, I feel optimistic tonight. Ooh. Because like most United fans, and like all of our community will know,
a community is, I don't know about you, I'm just a Man United fan. I don't know if I'm a community. Flipping heck.
When we beat Brentford 2-1 in stoppage time and everyone said it was
I'm a lone wolf in a wolf pack.
Embarrassing, I was celebrating saying let's have it. I just want Man United to win. There is no part of me that wants to get proven right when United don't sign players.
Now, here's an interesting thought. Do you think the United stand would still be as successful if Manchester United had been successful and Marky G was not able to moan about everything?
And we don't end up in Europe. There is no part of me that wants to see Mason Mount running around in the midfield fucking it up. I don't.
There is. He does. He does, because it's easier in it to make content about.
See failure to say I told you so. I want to see success so I can enjoy it.
And by the way, I'm definitely Marky G's biggest fan, so don't worry about that.
So, do I think that Tielemans and Santos and Baleba are my dream midfield 3? Absolutely not. No, I do not. They would not be my picks. But I'm absolutely not that person that goes, they're not my picks, they're a bag of shit, I hope they fail. I hope it works. I hope it works. For 3 reasons. Primarily for you and the fan base of Manchester United. We deserve better. Secondly,
yeah, it's definitely for you out there. It's definitely for you.
for Michael Carrick, because I think he deserves better and he deserves a proper
God, blimey. Oh, okay, go on then. Yeah, all right.
chance. And thirdly, and still very importantly, I think having 3 midfielders just took our chances of Champions League football from maybe 50% to 70%.
We ain't winning the Champions League. We aren't. We're not winning it. So
And I want Man United to be in the Champions League every year. I think there are people out there that want to get proved right and would like to see us fail so they can say, I told you so. But as a fan of Manchester United, what do I get out of failure? Nothing.
about £3 million from Gary Neville to buy your channel, maybe. I don't know. You might have done that. I wonder though. It's interesting, isn't it? Would the United side be even more successful if Manchester United was successful? That's interesting.
I want the Champions League.
But does Marky G only do like the sort of like cross angry fan scenario? Will, I guess, Arsenal fan TV still big business?
Every year at Manchester United. I want us to win against Liverpool and Arsenal. You know, I respect Arsenal winning the league, but if they have a better window than us and we have a shit window than us, what satisfaction do I get out of Arsenal ribbing us and bantering us as they batter us? I want to win. I want to win. And I think that the positive tonight is that we'll talk about the left back story, but the positive is tonight is that whether we like them or not, whether we think they're good enough or not, we do have 3 midfielders. And maybe it wasn't like that for Mourinho when he got sacked, and maybe it wasn't like that for Amorim when he got sacked. But at least we won't be sat there at Christmas saying they didn't get him a midfielder. They've got him 3 midfielders, and that was the ask. We can all debate about whether they're good enough or not, but they've brought 3 midfielders in. And I've always said this, like, if they do what is needed, then they must be acknowledged. You don't have to cheer them. You don't have to, at the end of the day, have we gone and got the 3 best midfielders Man United could get? No. But they have gone and got 3 midfielders. And I think it gives us a chance. It really does give us a chance of maybe not challenging for the title, but certainly getting back into the Champions League. And I tell you what, a Lewis Hall transfer request rescues this window for me.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because that would actually be correct. Lewis Hall would be probably a pretty top tier left back to get hold of. Actually, I think he's probably one of the best in England. I know he didn't go to the World Cup, but that probably was a mistake anyway. So, Yuri Telemans is probably one of the best in that position. I think the age is the only reason that why he wouldn't be touted as one of the best, but he's a very good player. I guess it's the Andre Santos saga. And if Andre Santos is actually as good as we sort of think he could be, we could be looking at something rather good. Marky G, please tell me something about transfer, though.
I personally think having 3 midfielders in pushes us to around a 5 out of 10. I do. And I know some will say you're a bit giddy because we've got 3 players. But we needed 3 midfielders. And having 3 midfielders in a core position area of the pitch, I think you can argue that gives us a 5 out of 10 transfer window. If Lewis Hall comes in, you could argue that we're getting close to a 6 or 7. If they get a backup striker in, you could argue we're pushing for a 7.5. So there is still time to do something really exciting. And all I want to do, and I'm sure you share this with me, all I want to do as a United fan is go into this season with some genuine hope. And we're not stupid. We've all seen the Premier League. We've all seen the Champions League. If you go into it with a weak squad, you will get hurt. We've got numbers in the midfield now. We have. We've got numbers in the midfield. There's challenges there. I mean, look, Santos hasn't played a competitive game yet and isn't Premier League proven. Baleba had
No, this is true. This is all very good, isn't it? Now, Mark G, can you give me something about some kind of transfer though? this is this is him, innit? This is him.
get done for around 65 to 70 million pounds. So maybe it was
Right.
60 plus 15 or 65. Research on that deal last summer, and basically the reason it didn't get done is United were willing to pay 75,
This is
but
Belieber.
Brighton
This is
wanted
our Belieber.
100. So
Here we
there's
go.
a
We go
very big
Belieber.
difference between what Brighton wanted and what we wanted to pay. I think we wanted to pay 75, including add-ons. So maybe it was 60 plus 15 or 65 plus 10.
Yeah, that
They
sounds
wanted
probably
100
about
million.
right.
So tonight, Brighton won't take 60 plus 5, but apparently the gap is a lot closer. So I think it gets done. We might get him for 65. We might have to pay 65 plus 5.
I mean, 65 million for Belieber, who had a pretty poor season actually this season. I mean, let's not make too many bones about it. He did sort of down tools a little bit, which worries me even more. But he is an energetic, up and about it, in and out, tackling, getting the ball, giving the ball. That's all we actually really need. We just need someone who can get around that pitch, do some real tackling, but then be smart enough to give the ball, once we've done our tackling. So Belieber, is he that guy? I'm not 100% sure on the Belieber thing, but at least it is that profile of player, which I think is probably what we need, Marky G.
Maybe it'll be 65 plus 10. I don't know. But it's going to get done for around 65 to 70 million pounds, isn't it? And some people think that's a good deal. I would say one thing though. I would say one thing.
He's like a Columbo, isn't it? I just got this one thing.
And I don't really know who I'm saying this to, but I've
You said
definitely
to me-
seen it.
You're saying it to us, Marky G.
A lot of this summer, I've seen United fans saying to some of us, well, I wanted Tonali for 90. I wanted Mateus Fernandes for 85. I wanted Alex Scott for 80. And certain United fans have said, no, I think the club are right. We shouldn't be overpaying. We shouldn't be overpaying. The club are right. The club are right. I've seen those same people today. I think Baleba's a good deal for 65 or 70 million pounds.
No, he's not.
And I sort of takes my breath away because I sort of like,
well, I'm gonna give Marky G this one. Actually, he's right about this. This is actually correct because I think it is a bit too much money. And actually, could we have just bit the bullet on Tonali? He's got legs in it and he can run about. So, don't know.
Hold on a minute.
I think Alex Scott, maybe. Actually, that would be more. What do you think? Let me know. Would you rather got Alex Scott for 80 million?
We're not paying. You don't want us to overpay on Tonali or Scott or Mateus Fernandes, but you're now happy for us to slightly overpay on Baleba. Is that not contradictory?
Is it
I might
contradictory?
shock you with this. I'm absolutely ecstatic that we might pay £70 million for Baleba. And people go, can't get my head around this.
I can't get my head around it.
I'm ecstatic that we might spend £70 million on Baleba because I just don't give a shit if we spend money to get the player we want to get. I don't think Baleba's worth £70 million at all.
No.
But if we do it, it just shows you we are.
Yeah, to be fair, let's say Marky Jizzle, he's got it right today. This is actually right because we are the richest club in the world, and all the other fans, there are no other fans watching this. You're probably only the hardest core Manchester United fan is currently watching right now. And I'd like to say thank you. And why not smash a like and subscribe? Because if this is your thing, now, Marky G's right about this because we need to. Don't forget that Manchester United are the biggest supported club in the world because I know people say Real Madrid and Barcelona may be bigger, but it's a bit like the Ballon d'Or. No one cares about it in England, and everyone on the continent loves the Ballon d'Or. And it's a bit like, so I don't know how does this translate? What am I even saying now? Oh God. I was watching Only Talk Football or whatever it is called with Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt, and they were saying this so what I'm trying to say is that like Real Madrid are big, okay, but they're only big on the like European sort of side, right? And probably in America, okay, or like Southern America, like the Americas or whatever it's called. Whereas Manchester United, they're the biggest club in England. They're the biggest club in England, you see. And I think you're better off being the biggest club in England than you're essentially the biggest club in the world. Because the truth of the matter is, football is a game played at like 3 o'clock on a Saturday in a league format with, you know, other teams from that's it. That is what football is. Football is nothing else. All the other of it, all the rest of it, absolute waste of time. Football is 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. And I promise you, the Premier League is the pinnacle of football. So if you are the biggest football club in football, which is the Premier League, then you are probably the biggest club in the world. You're almost certainly going to be the richest. And the only reason we're not the real richest is because we're so rich that we can give away essentially £1.3 billion worth of our club in debt, because if that's what would happen, and we'd still probably be the biggest club in the world, because I just think Premier League fans are worth more than all the other ones. No one really cares, because Real Madrid don't care, do they? Because Real Madrid only play in the European Cup or Champions League. That's how rubbish their league is. They don't even care if they win theirs or not. So it's a waste of time, isn't it? And anyone can win a cup competition. No. Football is 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Mikey G, I think that's enough from you today. What do you think? What do you think of the graphics? I like this. I like this new kit. We got the new kit, and we got the. My personal favourite is this one. Actually, it's this one. Yes, we like. Is that Mikey G? Oh, final word, Mikey G.
Willing to spend
Really?
big
No.
money, and it.
Yeah, willing to spend big money. That'll do us for us. That's probably it, Mikey Chisel. Now, yeah, smash a like. Are you a Manchester United fan? Get involved. We'll be doing some lives. This is like a dry run because we used to have like do AI, and then Marky G sent a letter to YouTube, and well, God, anyway. This has been your boy Lewis, but I don't know. I've got no internet, so smash like on this video. Until next time, later.